Hey there and welcome on back. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Sitting back, grab your pens and paper, class about begin. Day, taking a look at one I thought I had reviewed before, but apparently I overlooked it. It's the Crag from CJRB. Yes, the Crag, or Crag, depending on where you live and how you want to pronounce it. It's a neat little knife. Before we get too far into this, let's get the simplest work out of the way, shall we? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Here on Fridays, we mainly do knife reviews. Occasionally, I'll do a review of a piece of camping or survival equipment, compasses, cooking gear, flashlights, that sort of thing. But mainly knives. Then on Mondays, I do knife basics, which you really need to know. This is aimed more at the person who's new to the world of knives and wants to know what we mean when we start pulling out all these weird terms like flat grind, hollow grind, G10, 9CR13 MOV, that sort of thing. Basically, it's designed so that when you go to your next gun show and looking at knives, or you go to a knife dealer, you're not sitting there going, I guess. When he starts hauling out all these terms, you'll be able to actually understand what they means. For those who've been with us for a while, welcome back. I'm glad you can make it. Just got one question for y'all. Have you subscribed yet? Good. I'm glad to hear that. Especially since we're in the middle of a drive to get to 1,500 subscribers now. But let's get back to the knife, because that's what you're really here to see. Crag was introduced early in 2021. It's a nice knife. I mean, definitely a chopper type knife. It doesn't have much of a tip, but it's got some. Nice little swage on the back. Can't even call it a false edge because it doesn't even get that close. No jumping, unfortunately, but that's okay. When you grab it, your thumb just naturally rests against the recoil lock there on the back. And yeah, that is the lock. You just pull it back, and the knife drops closed. Very sweet. This one is a little stiffer than most. Most recoil locks will close all the way just fine, which makes them very fidget friendly. This one, you kind of have to give it the last little bit. There it goes. Yeah. And you can definitely feel it when it closes and when it opens. Very sweet that way. Scales are G10, and it's available not only in this OD green, but also in a blue-gray and a black. I think a red too. I'm not sure. Let me take a quick look here. No, I don't see a red, unfortunately. Though they do have a carbon fiber version. A little bit more expensive, but not much. Very nice pivot point. Blade itself is D2. So it's going to take a licking and not show you any big problems. Got a little bit of a choil, but you know what? On this type of blade, I'm not likely to be choking up on it. It's still a nice size. I mean, it's not just a plain sharpening choil. You can actually get your finger in it. But truthfully, I'm more comfortable with it back here. But how does it handle a standard barrier test? That's the real question. So let's find out, shall we? As always, we'll start off with a standard piece of scratch paper. And let's see here. Oh yeah. Quite nice. Of course, I'd expect that of almost any CJRB. They are very sweet knives. Cardboard. I'm not sure I can even cut on this anymore. Well, we'll give it a try. Let's see here. Okay, you kind of have to slice into it. That tip doesn't really do a lot of penetrating, but it does work for slicing. And yeah, even as much slicing as I've already done on this piece of cardboard, it's slicing it up nicely. Very sweet. And let's see here. Next thing, hang packaging test. Standard soda bottle. Let's see here. And the tip doesn't do great, but if you slice in instead of just push in, it goes in very nicely. And it definitely very sweet. Took that apart in no time. Let's see here. Paracord. How does it handle paracord? Oh, like butter. Yeah, that is very, very nice. Now, that very blunt tip can just still one slice. That's better than a lot of knives do. So, and that. Let's see how it does on leather. Oh yeah. We'll cut through leather sweet. One I normally don't do, but considering the shape of the blade, let's see how it does on the celery stick, shall we? Yeah. Real fast work of that, didn't it? Which is sweet. So, let's see here. We've done... Oh, yes. Zip tie. Let's see how it does on a zip tie. Man, that was one of the easiest cuts I've ever made on a zip tie. Let's see how it does on chopping it. Considering what it did to the celery, I'd imagine does this fairly well too. Yeah, I don't know. The piece is just flying off there, fast and furious. Let's see how it does on a piece of scrap wood from my shop, shall we? Oh man. That's sweet. It just took the that little bit of edge right off. Even and let's see how it does. Feathering that up beautifully. You know what? Let me check something here. Yeah, that's a piece of pine also. Alright, here we go. Piece of hard maple. Let's see how it does on this. It's feathering it up, that's for sure. I'm not going to try to pawn through maple with my hand, sorry. But we'll get that other scrap piece out again and see how we do turning through it. see here. Yeah. Ton you up some kindling real quick, won't it? That's for sure. Let's try, see how it does chopping on wood, shall we? Making fairly quick work of that. That's for sure. Very sweet. And that is still beautifully solid. So what next? Oh yes. Wiring harness. And not the type of knife I'd normally be using for cutting a wiring harness, but if you're out in the field and this is what you got, and you got to repair the wiring to your trailer so that the lights work and you don't get pulled over by the cops. Went through them fairly nicely. Let's see if it splits it easily. Yeah, that's nice. So let's see how it does on stripping him. You know what? Not that bad. Not perfect. Definitely won't replace a wire stripper, but not bad. Not bad at all. So, let's see here. Only thing left, I don't know. Those edges are a little bit rounded, so they might not work, but let's see if it strikes spark, shall we? No. Now those edges are just too rounded to get any sparks struck, which is a shame. I mean, it means it's not going to cut the back thumb if you put it on there, but it's still here we go. Now we're getting some sparks. Sweet. And yeah, no real damage to the blade that I can see. Let's get that piece of scratch paper out again and make sure, shall we? That worked great. But in the meantime, from the sounds of things, I need to go see what my son's up to, so I'll wish you luck. Hope you enjoyed. I'll leave you with a couple videos over here that I hope you'll enjoy. And of course, you can always hit that target over here if you want to. See, get subscribed. I hope you do. Meantime, you take care. And remember, maybe ability decides what you can do. Maybe motivation decides what you will do. But it's attitude decides how well you do it. So if you're going to do something, do it with attitude. See you now. Bye.